Miss Popularity, the podcast episode 2. Hey, I'm up and I'm turned, y'all. I actually filmed another video and I didn't like it, so I feel like it was boring. I don't know. I feel like when I'm on my phone and I'm ranting at my phone, it'd be way more entertaining, but whatever. We're gonna get right into it. I'm gonna get better and better. You know, I just watched this other podcast video and it said, act like you in it now and be grateful for what you got now. Like right now, I don't have a bunch of people like I'm gonna have in the future talking about all the stuff that I say. Cause you know, the stuff I say on here I'm a very controversial person, but I will always back up what I say. And sometimes people don't be understanding what I'm trying to say. But let's get right into the video. Like always, like last time, I'm gonna list what I'm talking about and right now. Maybe. I'm probably gonna do a voiceover, but let's get into it. I know for starters, I want to talk about STL news. You know, I get all my STL. That's why I gotta be on Facebook. Gen Zs, especially old Gen Zs who don't got Facebook, I don't know what you're doing. Like, we need Facebook. Like, oh God, like we need Facebook. Hey, hold on. Starters, my son wasted the liquor, and I ain't even get mad. That's how you know I'm a good mama. Motherfuckers straight will go off on their kids. If I wasted my daddy liquor, you hear me? Like, I'm getting gone the fuck off on my son. Start wasting my liquor. I'm like, should have been paying attention to him. Good thing he ain't drinking. You hear me? I'm like, oh shit. Or earlier today, my son, he been sick because he didn't have the he didn't have like a runny nose. And if you didn't know this, when kids have a runny nose and they like suck it up and they go to their belly, they'll show you the upset stomach. So he didn't have an upset stomach because all that mucus, even though I'm trying to, get it out of him. Yeah, when I say I didn't have to pin this man down like a straight sumo wrestler to get this stuff out of him, I'm like, look, I pin him down like this, right? Hands up, like hands down, whatever, and I lay on top of him. And I get the syringe and I go in his nose and get it all out. God, he's squirming and wilding, and the whole time I'm like, baby, this for you, baby, this for you. And sometimes I give him a big hug when we done, but sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let you come to me. New parents and shit. Gen Z shit. I'm not no millennial. I parent like a Gen Z. I'm the oldest Gen Z. We different. When motherfuckers be like, oh, you're weird, it's because I'm Gen Z. Duh. Like, of course I'm weird to you. You hella weird to me. Like, millennials, especially old ass millennials. And that's gonna be our first topic today. Old ass millennials. Why I cannot stand millennials. I feel like I'm definitely a Gen millennial. That's what we gonna call it, Gen Z millennial, even though they could stand for Generation X, aka the Karen generation. A black Karen is different than like a white Karen. Like a black Karen talk about all your friends for no reason at all. Like, you do not know these people. A black Karen pick one friend, and I swear to God, it's like your worst friend that they just straight love, and your other friends straight ass. Like, this, you like, really, this bitch? Like, really, out of all the bitches, this bitch? Like, really? Like, and that's why I don't trust your judgment. You got a bad, I do trust your judgment, but you need to watch your character building skills. But, damn, yeah, we're gonna talk about these millennials. Always trying to talk about us Gen Z babies. I love being a Gen Z baby. Just like I love being from Afton, period, help build the character. I feel like all stuff just add to your character. But what I love about being Gen Z is we straight invented the internet. Like, millennials say that they invented the internet. No, y'all didn't. We came on the internet like Gen Z literally started flex culture. Like, I'll give it to 1996. They really started it, but that's because they had us under them. Like, for real, like proms and shit. Motherfuckers was not going that crazy for prom. I don't know if y'all remember Trinidad James said shout out to them freshmen on Instagram, stay flexing. That was literally my 8th grade summer. Like, literally, like darn near first month of freaking high school. You hear me? Like, we was on it, we literally made the internet. That's why so like me, I'm like the youngest on my father's side, and then on my mother's side, I'm like the middle. Like, I'm like right in the middle, but I'm like still a part of the big kids. If you know what they mean, you know what they mean. But I'm like the youngest big kid. So like, I grew up around all millennials, and that's probably why they lame to me. My cousins who are millennials that I fuck with though, you know I fuck with you, you know I think you hella cool. But some millennials straight be trying to come for us. Like, for real, straight be trying to come for us. Like, no, don't do that, don't do that. Or, like, if you born in, like, the late 90s, like, I was born in 97, and they be like, oh, you're not even a real 90s baby. When I be like, okay. And like, yeah, you're right. I was only in the 90s for 3 years. The 90s are over. The 90s are hella over. Like, it's hella 2024. Like in 2023, I used to be like, bro, it's 2023. Like, now I'm like, bro, it's 2024. Like, that shit hella old. Like, for real, that shit is hella old. Like, it's 2024. Like, stay with the times. And that's what I love about Gen Z, because we stand with the times. Like, motherfuckers be like, you know you're gonna be old, don't you know? I'm never gonna be old because Gen Z literally invented the internet. We literally dictate what's cool. Like, literally. We dictate what's cool. We dictate what's popping. We dictate what's going on. Like, my generation has not. It's so many songs about being born in 97. Shout out to Key Glock, 1997. He a cool, like, he a hella cool ass dude. I would love to meet Key Glock in person. I have a acquaintance, friend. She cool. Every time we see each other, we say hi or whatever. We ran tracks together, and she was saying how when she was with Key Glock, she had a friend that kept trying to, you know, do the do. That's all I'm gonna do. If you ain't get that, wind it back. Do the do on Key Glock, and he was like, dude, calm down, like, chill out. And that's what I be trying to tell my mama, like, dudes my age don't act like me and your age. Like, they really be trying to chill. Like, they don't really be on that all the time. Like, I feel like some women feel like they, oh, that's a good topic. Some women feel like they have to just do the do with a man because they don't want him to feel some type of way. But it's so many men who will literally just sit here and talk to your ass. Like, you ain't even gotta do all that. Like, for real. But this whole millennial versus Gen Z, and now I even see Gen Z talking about Generation Alpha, and I'm just like, that's so lame. Like, just like how they talk about us, how they still talk about us, how they talk about some we like late 90s babies. Like, every generation, even though I said millennials are lame because y'all are, I'm just joking. Because I be watching them like early 2000 videos of people getting ready for school. In 2000, I'm like, yeah, on me, because I'm like, damn, this bitch is hard. This bitch is hella hard. Like, all y'all little outfits and shit like that. I'm going to a 2000s party, so I can't wait to put that shit on, y'all. My outfit's gonna be hella fire. I'm finna be giving 2000s Vixen model, because that's what I am. I'm a 2000s Vixen model, like, period. Big girls need love too, thick girls hella sexy, everything in between is so sexy, but you know, I'm a rap for me, and skinny girls are never gonna go out of style. Gen Z break real quick. Bebe entered the chat, but he picking up the trash because he a good boy. But I don't know, Gen Z just be, I don't know, like, I just love Gen Z, like, I feel like since I'm on the generation cuff, I can't even, like, I was telling this dude that earlier, I'm like, I would never talk to somebody born before 92. And he like, why? He like, you hella funny. I'm like, because, like, how they talk, how they dress, how they move is just weird to me. Like, don't get me wrong, people in Gen Z, especially older Gen Z, be hella internet. Be hella internet as fuck. But mind you, they literally gave us phones at 6th grade. I mean, I saw somebody on the internet, it was a millennial mom, of course, yelling at her little yelling at elementary school parents because they had cell phones. Baby, I had a phone in 8th grade. I had one of them flip phones, right? It was red, it was hella fire. And then, like, the camera would, like, you could, like, flip it out and then flip it up to take a selfie. I thought that shit was so hard. I did definitely have a razor. My best friend at the time had the pink one with the butterflies on it, but I just had the gray one. But I ain't care, it was a razor. I definitely had a BlackBerry. I definitely was on the BlackBerry. I definitely had a sidekick. Like, remember when going to go get a phone, because we didn't have iPhones? Well, I think they did have iPhones, but I didn't really know about iPhones. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I didn't really know about iPhones until I got one. I'm not even going to lie to you. iPhones probably came out maybe when I was like in, I don't even know, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I ain't get no iPhone till my sophomore year of high school, and I thought I was the shit. Like, I really cannot even think back to that far, because I don't know. I'm not envious and I'm not jealous. So if anybody else had an iPhone, I probably wasn't even thinking about it. I was just like, oh, cool. Until it was my turn. Oh my God, y'all. Quick story time. I got an iPhone because my sophomore year boyfriend broke up with me and broke my heart, and I was straight crying real tears, y'all. That is the first time and last time I've ever just boo-hoo cried over a man, y'all. I was crying, y'all. Tears was straight just streaming from my face, straight crying. Millennial break. Tears was straight just streaming from my face, y'all, crying. Like, I could not do that. Like, that was like my first real heartbreak. Was it my fault? Yes. And I'm not gonna tell y'all how it's my fault, but it was my fault. Stop being honest, Abe, all the time. But y'all, when I got my birthday, I remember my daddy was on the phone because he used to work out of town. I swear to God, motherfucker. My mama would be like, people probably think your daddy was in jail. You talking about your daddy was out of town. People, I heard my mom, like my parents not too emotional, so they didn't know what to do. So only way they knew how to make me happy was to buy me a whole bunch of shit. And I ain't gonna lie, it did work. It did brighten my day. It did definitely brighten my day. It was the best birthday I ever had. And bro, yeah, I'm gonna talk my shit on her because this is my podcast, and they probably not even watching me and supporting me. My sister gonna tell my son, on your 16th birthday, mom and dad sent edible arrangements to school, and they didn't send me anything. Bitch, can I have something? Like, look at all the shit that you got over the years. Did I cry? Did I complain to you? Did I throw that back up at your face? No, bitch. I took it in stride. Like, okay. But yeah, I got my first iPhone when I was in 10th grade. Yeah, I thought, girl, and remember when we had the little like phone cases? It was like a wallet, and then you like slip the phone case in. I had some birthday money. I straight went and got me like a little phone case. Put my shit in. I was recording, like, I used to record the football games for my high school, and I recorded the football games for my college too. Fun fact. I recorded. I was up there recording the games on the camera on my phone. Like, hold on, I'm recording. You couldn't tell me shit. I thought I was the shit, man. Being Gen Z, I don't know. I like being Gen Z. I don't know. I like different shit though. Like, people always call me, like, white girl and shit like that, but it's because I like different shit. Like, I like, broadening my, personality and getting into different shit. So, if I can go do something different, I'm gonna go do it. Now, do I always like it? No. Things I will like. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like I said, this is a very controversial, channel. I don't really like African food. Until I had an African actually make me shit, and not shit that they sell in the store, it was good. But like that Ethiopian food, no. I feel like you can't get mad because I say I don't like your food. Like, I feel like that's like hella like offensive. Like, it's not offensive, but it's just like, you trying to say I'm something I'm not, and you can't do that. Like, I dead ass just do not like different cultures' food like that. Like, I like Chinese food, but I wouldn't eat all Chinese food. But like I'm big on like how it look, and I'm sorry, I went to like the Taste of Foods in St. Louis, and when I say that shit looked it not good, I ended up getting some tacos and they was hella fire. They was hella fire. For real, they was fiery as fuck. For real. But yeah, motherfuckers get mad about that. And try to call you like out like racist or something because you say you don't like a different culture's food. That's not fair. Like I said, we always gotta be for real. Now, unfortunately for me, look is a big thing. But if somebody made me something and I was over their house, I would definitely try it. Now, would I spit their food out in their face? I don't know, because that's never happened to me before. Because I've only ever been over African people's house, and I like their food. And the only thing I ever been over in an Ethiopian, no, she was Somali. She wasn't Ethiopian. She was Somali. She made me hookah, and it was cool. I'm not a big hookah girl. And like I said, it's a controversial channel. I think a man who just hookahs at home by himself is kind of weird. But I never met a cool nigga who hookahs by himself at home. So if you're a cool nigga and you're like really like, I don't know, like not weird, and you hookah by yourself, then I will change my opinion. But until the end, every man who I know who hookahs by themselves is weird. So I just have to go off that. Like no tea, no shade. I have to go off that. Like I can't go off nothing else. So, period. Okay, my next topic. I know I'm kind of like cutting this short, but who cares? This is my channel. Watch it if you want to watch it. Don't watch it if you don't want to watch it. It's for people who fuck with me. Period. The next thing I want to talk about is people. Okay, this is real STL news. This is real STL news. Somebody got proposed to at the Oz. Now, if you don't know what the Oz is, because you know I'm international, because you know I'm in KC, because you know I got niggas in Cali, because you know I be in Texas, because you know I be everywhere, you know I be in Memphis, you hear me, everybody love me, I'm going to tell you what the Oz is. Oz is that club that's been around. Pause. Before you say anything about the Oz is the longest running establishment in St. Louis. Period. Oz been around for forever, so they not that whack, they not that blunt. St. Louis people are millennials just so trying to be popular, trying to be cool, that they don't actually be popular and cool. But the Oz is a club that's been around forever. Now, the Oz get a bad rep because I don't know, they DJ kind of don't hit like they DJ used to hit. It was lit in there. Everybody was turned, but the DJ don't hit. But somebody got proposed to in a club. Okay? Somebody got proposed to in the club. And everybody is saying, oh my God, that's so ghetto, that's so lame. Me personally, if me and my man, mind you, I don't go to the club that often. So you gotta take that into account. It's not like we go to the club every night. But even if you did go to the club every single night and that's something you like to do with your man, and it's nothing wrong if you want to go to the club if you're not going to the club for the wrong reasons. I'm gonna talk about that when I get finished talking about what I'm talking about. So we gonna rewind back to that. So I'm gonna do the and then go back to that. If we in the club and we straight turned up, mind you, the Oz is open like hella late. So at 1:30, the club we at, the popular club, the lit club, we straight turned up in the club. We straight and he like, hey babe, I want to go to the Oz. And we like, okay, let's go to the Oz. I'm like, okay, babe, look me. Okay, babe, let's go to the Oz. And we at the Oz and we getting nasty and this motherfucker's popping perks on the fucking dance floor, popping out. And we having a good time. I'm doing my little too. Or if you got like a booth for us and then the sign say, will you marry me? I'm marrying you, period. And I'm not one of them people that will marry just anybody, because I'm not one of them people. I'm one of the people like we really need to have a bond, we really need to have a connection, we really gotta love each other. But if I really love you and I really have a bond with you and I really have a connection with you and we at the Eyes and you buy a bottle and I'm like, my baby, we going bottle for bottle. And I see a sign that say, will you marry me? Or we in the club and we at a booth, whatever the situation, like we in the club, we at a booth and we having a good time, we getting drinks and shit like that, and you just get on your knees and propose to me in front of all these people, man, you fuck with me. Hell yeah, I want to marry you. Hell yeah. Like, hell yeah, I've been waiting for your ugly ass to marry me. Like, hell yeah, motherfuckers talking about something that's hella dirty and hella dusty. I'm like, that's not hella dusty and hella dirty. Like, they be trying to kill the Eyes. I'm like, it's still around. Like, let me be the DJ in that motherfucker. Sponsor me. If Eyes St. Louis, sponsor me. For real, because that's hella romantic. And then we go to the booty club after that. That's hella romantic. What are you talking about? That's a ghetto love story. Because half these bitches talking shit ain't getting proposed to. Half these bitches talking shit can't even, is crying over a nigga. He won't do right. He won't do right. Because he don't like you, ho. Period. Like, that's what that is. He does not like your ass. So, I don't know. I think that's hella cute. What y'all think about getting proposed to in the club? I feel like, me personally, the only place I wouldn't want to get proposed to is in front of all my family. I don't know. I feel like for me, that would just be awkward. Like, we had a family event and you just stop and propose to me. Like, I would rather be, but that's just me personally. Like, some people probably like, I would love to be, go start your own podcast and talk about that. But me personally, I would like, a dream place for me to get proposed to is on Christmas Day. Because Christmas is like so special to me. Like, I would rather get proposed to on Christmas than on Valentine's Day. Because Christmas is so... Don't ever move into no house that don't got no washer and dryer. this is the best thing that ever happened to me. Having a house that got a washer and dryer. Like, that's lit. Like, bitches do not have washer and dryer. Bitches' clothes be dusty. Bitches be wearing crunchy ass pants. Let me stop. But, period. Speaking about getting proposed to, I feel like people take the concept of marriage so lightly nowadays, and I don't think people actually listen to what your vows say you're going to do, because you're vowing in front of all your family and friends to do these things. So if you don't do these things, that's actually kind of weird as fuck, and it's actually kind of, you just wanted to be married and you didn't know what it really meant. And men and women, because sometimes men be like, women just want to be married and they don't know what it really means. There's men who want to be married too and don't know what it really means and just want a big old party and just want to say that they're married, because everybody's a clout chaser. Not everybody's a clout chaser, but both genders are clout chasers. Some people just want to be married just to say they're a wife, and some people just want to be married just to say they're husband. And how I know that is if, number one, if you cheat on your spouse. That is the sickest shit on this fucking planet. To vow yourself to get in front of people and say, I want to marry this person, I want to be with this person, and then cheat on them. But I do feel like in a marriage, you can come back from that. Oh God. I do feel like in a marriage, you can come back from that. I do feel like in a marriage, you can say, this was that one time, we're going to get past it, we're going to work it. Because like I said, you vowed each other to be together. Now, if this is something that you continually do, and girlfriend, boyfriend, I don't believe in cheating. But a marriage, I feel like you can get past it. With therapy, with work, with listening to each other, with giving each other's needs, I definitely do feel like you can get past it. Period. I feel like me personally, I feel like if my husband cheated on me, I would try to get past it. And I feel like it would be very, very hard for me, but I would try. Because this is the person that I vowed to be with through ups and downs. And that's what people don't understand. And I feel like people don't understand the different levels of relationship. And that's why I feel like most women go wrong, because most women, they get into, they start talking to a man for a week. And all of a sudden, my man. You don't know this man. Get to know that man. Get to know that man. Yeah, when I tell you I was on the phone with this man. Story time. I was on the phone with this man, right? Mind you, I've never talked to this man on the phone. We just been texting and we been in person, right? We've been texting for like 2 weeks. My bad, the baby kid coming. We've been texting, right? We've been texting. We talk on the phone for like 20 minutes. You know, it's only been 2 weeks. We been in person 2 weeks, right? We on the phone or whatever. We on the phone for like an hour. Nigga, mind you, on my way home, nigga telling me, oh, I'm a PK. No, he didn't say PK. I used the word PK. He's like, yeah, my daddy a pastor. I'm like, okay, daddy a pastor? Oh, okay. Like, that's a good sign to me, because that means you know God, and I want a man who knows God. So he like, yeah, I'm a PK. And then he like, yeah, he like, so we talking, he sent me a text earlier today. So I'm like, oh, you graduated from Ladue, that's what's up, because that's a good school. Like, I know, you got a good head on your shoulder. I don't care what y'all say. Yeah, you have a good head going to Roosevelt. Yeah, you have a good head going to Shine. Okay, whatever. Stick to the story. You know what I'm talking about. Be for real. Okay, so I'm like, oh, you went to Ladue? I'm like, oh, that's what's up. Da, 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 da. So we chilling. We having a good ass time on the phone. Kiki hi. I'm like, oh, this nigga corny. Like, I love corny niggas. I like talking to different personality type niggas. Like, I like corny niggas. I like cool ass niggas. I like funny niggas. Like mind you, he was corny funny. He went, like, his jokes went corny. Kind of. I think about it, but like, it was still something I can like work with. You know what I mean? So we get to talking, and I finally get home. It's been an hour into the conversation, and he like, I hear him talk to somebody, and he like, you ain't give me your cigarettes, you ain't give me, somebody like, you ain't give me my cigarettes, you ain't give me my cigarette. So I'm like, this is granny. I mean, or maybe his auntie, but her voice kind of sounded kind of like young, but I'm like, this gotta be his granny, this gotta be his auntie, because who's asking for cigarettes? Like, come on now. So he like, I told you, like, mind you, this nigga did not talk nothing like this. He did not sound anything like this on our phone. He sounded so sweet, so kind, so, like, he changed his voices completely and started going off on his BICCH. He like, I told you I wasn't getting you no alcohol. I told you I wasn't getting you no cigarettes. I told you I was getting you the alcohol. I got you the liquor, leave me alone. So I'm thinking it's his granny. You get what I'm saying? Because if I come home without no cigarette, without no liquor from my granny, my auntie, my dad, they going off on me. Period. They going off on me. Like, for real. Like, why I'm watching your kids and they going off on me? So he like, so they start going at it, right? So he like, I told you I ain't get no cigarette, I told you I ain't get no cigarette. So mind you, I'm joking, because I'm thinking this is granny or his auntie. But I'm like, maybe this is baby mama, but who are you want to find with me with that baby mama? So I'm like, do you live with your baby mama, but y'all don't go together? He was like, nah, nothing like that. Nope, nothing like that at all. What are you talking about? Never heard of that. So he like, so mind you, they still arguing. They going back and forth. He like, I told you I wasn't get no cigarette. He's like, but you said you were gonna give me some cigarette. I told you I wasn't gonna get no cigarette. But you said you was gonna give me some cigarette. Right? So then the conversation started picking up. So you probably wondering at this point why I'm on the phone. Because at this point, I want to know. I want to know what's going on. Keep going, because you're going to wonder why I stayed on the phone, but I'm going to let you know. So they steady going in it. So he's talking about some, every time I'm on the phone with a girl, you always want to do this. You always hate it. You always want to. You always hate it. You always doing this every time I'm on the phone with a girl. And I almost said his name. Oh my God. But he like, I'm dead. But he like, what do you say? You always doing this every time I'm on the phone with a girl. Every time I'm on the phone with a girl, your ass come here and do this. But, let's give him a name. I'm gonna have to. But, Drake, you always say, Drake, we just had last week. What? You know I'm only over here for the kids. You only know I'm over here for the kids. I'm listening because at this point I'm trying to get the tea. Like, I'm gonna have a story to tell. I want to have a story to tell my close friends. I only got one friend. I'm not gonna tell you my one friend is. I only got one friend. So I'm getting honest. He's like, you only tell it. And it's gonna get better, y'all. You only tell it. You always do this every time I get a chick. You always do this every time I get a chick. So mind you, the person I'm telling the story to, they like, yeah. Every time I'm on a chick phone with a chick, you mad. So I'm still listening. And she like, but we just did it last week, Dre. You was not saying that last week, Dre. So he like, alright. So he like, I'm not finna keep doing this with you. You mad 'cause I'm talking to somebody. You mad 'cause I'm talking about somebody. She's like, but Drake, you was just over here. You told me you was gonna bring my cigarettes. So I'm like, oh my God. Like, I'm like, you say you gonna bring my cigarette. So he like, bro, get out my face, bro. So then they start like, I heard some bum. I'm like, what? I'm like, what's going on? So mind you, I had to stay on the phone. I had to stay on the phone. Yeah, I definitely stayed on the phone because I know at this point, you've been over your BM house for an hour. Talking about something you seen the kids. You ain't seen the kids, you live there. On God. After I just said that as a joke, you dead ass live there. On God. You can't get that past me. You live there. So they steady going back and forth, steady arguing on some shit, like steady going back and forth. Okay, back to the story. So she's like, don't go back. Don't go back where? Okay, don't go back where? Where are you coming from? Don't go back. Mind you, at this point, I know what you're talking about. He's talking about some, man, you the one that got me sent there in the first place. She like, no, I didn't. I ain't even call the police. The police? What do you mean? Don't go back. You already called the police. Like literally, like the police. He like, man, yeah, you did do that. She's talking about something. Who the one called them? You want to call them? She's talking about something. I didn't call him. Damn, my cousin called them. If your cousin called the police, it was probably for a real good reason. Because black people alike, we know how to stay out of people's business. But if her black cousin felt the need to call the police, it was for a real reason. He gonna talk about some. She gonna talk about some. Yeah, and I should have upped it on her ass like I upped my first baby mama. Huh? You pulled out a gun on your first baby mama, so mind you, I'm in the T yellow horror. I'm sitting there like, I'm sitting on the phone like, like literally like listening to the T for real. He's talking about some, yeah, I upped the T on you. He was like, yeah, I upped it on my first baby mama. I should have blew her brains out. Blew her brains out. I should have blew her brains out. I should have blew her brains out. He's talking about some, she lucky. She's lucky, you're lucky. He's like, she hella lucky. She hella lucky and blew her brains out. He's talking about something, but you called the police. He's talking about something, I didn't call the police. My cousin called the police. I know she mad at her cousin. Ain't that crazy? If your cousin is getting beat up, period, call the police and then stop talking to that, because she's gonna take him back and she's gonna be mad at you. For real. Like, if you feel like if you are in the need and you feel like you have to call the police on a man because he's threatening your loved one, your friend, your cousin, call the police and leave her alone, because she's not gonna be on your side. Okay, she's gonna take him back because she didn't feel the need to call the police. You had to call the police, so you need to stop messing with her. This is your sign to stop messing with her. Sometimes rejection is the best protection, and in this case, that applies to a lot of different situations, and that definitely applies to this case. Rejection is the best protection, because you mean to tell me this man then pulled out a gun on us, beat you up, then beat you up? So mind you, her pushing her. They like bum 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 bum. Boom, 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 boom. Somebody's phone like, oh my God, don't beat her up. I'm not saying that because I'm just listening, because I don't know this bitch. It's not my problem. I'm never finna talk to him ever again. You don't ever text me ever again. You don't ever have to worry about me calling you. Like, you don't ever have to worry about that situation ever again. So mind you, I'm just listening to the conversation. Mind you, know how much stuff I just learned about this man. That's why y'all need to give it time. Okay, I'm not gonna finish the rest of the story, but he didn't beat the bitch up. He just came home from parole. He's been home for 1 year. He didn't say none of this. Some people be like, oh, he was so nice in the beginning. Them first 2 weeks, I bet. Like, I promise, give it a month. People cannot keep them fake personas for too long. Give it a month. Give it 2 weeks. Give it 3 weeks. I promise you, you'll get to know somebody. But you screaming, my man, my man, my man, and you wanting to be a wife for the title so bad, it's not the way to go about it. Like, marriage is a real thing. Marriage is you saying that you want to vow yourself and you want to commit yourself to this one person for the rest of your life. Marriage is saying that you want to be with him no matter what. Marriage is saying you want to be with her no matter what. People go through cycles. There is stuff that changes people. Losing your parents, having children. Marriage is saying, I'm going to be with you no matter what we go through. So it's way more than just putting wifey in your bio or putting hubby in your bio. It's saying that you want to be with this person for the best, for the rest of your life. And how do I feel like most marriages have the most success is when you build that strong foundation, when you are just chit-chatting and getting to know that person. Because I could have been in a domestic violence situation if I was young and dumb and just attached to this man and just thought that he was the stars and the moon, because mind you, this man was fine. This man was fine. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's why I gave him my number, because I'm like, we man. You hear me? Then he telling me all this nice stuff. He went to Lil Dude. He this, he that, and the whole time he's a woman beater. You just got out of jail for beating somebody up. You beat up your first baby mama. You beat up your second baby mama. Plus, the girl was like, you don't want a family. You just want a lot of baby mamas. You don't want a lot of kids. And mind you, he had told me that he came from a family of 10. And he was saying that, like, everybody in his family got a lot of kids. Like, if I just would have been young and dumb and been texting this man for 2 weeks thinking, oh, he's the best, I could have been in a domestic violence situation. This quiet, peaceful home I have right now would have been ruined. I would have had to put my son through all that, seeing me getting beat up, seeing me getting talked to down, seeing me get called, he was calling her all type of bitches, all type of, I can't say that. I don't know why that slipped out my, bitch is my favorite cuss word. Let that slip out my mouth so easy. But this man was going in on this woman. And you know, people be so quick for a title, so quick to feel like they finally found they won, that they not even interviewing this person. Don't be happy just to have a body. That's not what you want to do. You want to be happy because you built a foundation with this person. You like this person. You should be with somebody that you like them more than you don't like them. So when they get to that stage, because arguments happen naturally. Because people don't agree on everything. You know, disagreement happen naturally. Now, do I believe that there's some people who never get into arguments, and if they get into an argument, it's not that big a deal? Yes. And people who say they don't believe in that, well, you need to leave your situations more, because there's definitely beautiful, loving couples out here. Am I looking for that? I would love that. But I'm also going to be not realistic, but I'm also going to be, if I find somebody and he's cool and I like him more than I don't like him, and when I don't like him, I can still tolerate him, I'm going to take that. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm going to take that. But don't rush into that wifey title. Don't rush into that hubby title when not actually knowing what you're signing up for. And don't rush into it. And don't say, oh, all couples beat each other up. Every couple does not beat each other up. That is not normal. I'm going to wrap this episode up. Thank you guys for watching. I love you guys. I'm going to be your favorite podcaster. It's only up from here. Love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Pretty girl, pretty girl bop, pretty girl bop. I love you guys.